Namaste. Welcome back to Life Lessons from the Upanishads, where we dive deep into the eternal wisdom of the ancient scriptures. I am Dr. Surendra, your friend, philosopher, and guide. In the last episode, we explored the concept of death as a transition, not an end. We understood that after death, the soul's journey is determined by karma, leading to three primary paths: liberation, moksha, heavenly realms, Swarga, or rebirth, punarjanma. But today, we take our exploration even further. What happens in the unseen realms after death? What are Swarga and Naraka? Do spirits truly exist? And how long does a soul remain in these states before taking birth again? The Upanishads, along with texts like the Garuda Purana, provide astonishing details. Let's unfold these mysteries together. Swarga and Naraka, the temporary destinations. Many people believe that after death, one either goes to heaven, Swarga, or hell, Naraka, and that is the final destiny. But the Upanishads clarify, these are not permanent states. They are temporary realms where a soul experiences the results of its past karma before returning to the cycle of birth and death. The Chandogya Upanishad 5.10.7 states, "Those who have performed virtuous deeds attain the world of the ancestors. But when their merit is exhausted, they return to the earthly realm." This means that no one stays in Swarga or Naraka forever. It is like a karmic account. When the positive or negative balance is used up, the soul must return. Swarga, heaven, a realm of pleasure where righteous souls enjoy celestial happiness due to their good karma. The gods, devas, and celestial beings reside here, but even they are bound by karma. Naraka, hell, a realm of suffering where souls with heavy negative karma experience pain and purification. These are not eternal punishments, but temporary experiences to cleanse the soul. Once the karmic rewards or punishments are exhausted, the soul is sent back for rebirth. This cycle continues until one attains true knowledge and liberation. The realm of restless spirits, Bhuta. But what about those souls who do not reach Swarga or Naraka? What about spirits, Bhut, Preta, Pishach? Are they real? The Upanishads and the Garuda Purana explain that some souls get stuck between worlds due to unfulfilled desires, extreme attachments, or violent deaths. These restless souls wander in a state called Bhuta. If a person dies suddenly with strong unfulfilled desires, they may become a Preta, wandering spirit. If a person was deeply attached to their family or possessions, they may struggle to move on, becoming a Bhut. If a soul carries heavy negative karma, it may become a Pishach, tormented ghost-like being. These souls remain trapped until their karma allows them to move forward, either into Swarga, Naraka, or another birth. Certain rituals, Shraddha, Tarpan, help these souls find peace and transition. The Katha Upanishad 1.2.6 warns, "Those who remain ignorant and attached to worldly pleasures, upon death, wander in darkness, unable to reach the higher realms." This is why spiritual knowledge is essential, to prevent being trapped in the cycle of suffering. How long does a soul stay in these realms? Now comes the most intriguing question. How much time does a soul spend in Swarga, Naraka, or as a restless spirit? The Garuda Purana suggests, a soul lingers for 13 days in the subtle world before moving towards its destined realm. If sent to Swarga, it may stay for several years, centuries, or even thousands of years, depending on accumulated good karma. If sent to Naraka, it remains only until its negative karma is exhausted. This could be a few years or even ages for extremely evil deeds. As a Bhut or Preta, the soul may remain wandering indefinitely until a karmic shift allows it to take another birth. Unlike earthly time, time in these realms is different. What feels like centuries, there may be just years on earth. This is why different scriptures describe varying time durations, returning to the cycle, the next birth. Once the soul's time in Swarga, Naraka, or as a spirit ends, rebirth begins. The Brihadaranyaka Upanishad 4.4.5 explains, according to its deeds and knowledge, the soul takes birth in noble, ordinary, or inferior bodies. If one's karma is good, they are reborn in noble families or as spiritually inclined beings. If one's karma is mixed, they take ordinary human births, continuing their karmic journey. If one's karma is negative, they may take birth in lower life forms, animals, insects, or even unknown yoni realms. However, not all souls are reborn immediately. Some await the right circumstances, while others remain in higher realms until their karma calls them back. The ultimate question: can we escape this cycle? This cycle of death, Swarga, Naraka, and rebirth repeats endlessly. But can we break free? Yes. The Upanishads teach that self-realization is the key. The Mundaka Upanishad 3.2.9 declares, "He who knows Brahman is liberated. He is not born again." This means, if we seek true knowledge, we go beyond Swarga and Naraka. If we detach from desires, we do not wander as restless spirits. If we realize the self, we attain Moksha, freedom from rebirth. But how does one achieve this? That is the subject of our next discussion. So, dear listeners, today we uncovered the secret of Swarga, Naraka, and the unseen world of spirits. We learned how the soul travels after death, and how karma determines the time spent in these realms. But the journey is not over yet. In the next episode, we will explore the concept of karma in greater depth, how it shapes our future, how we can cleanse bad karma, and whether we can control our next birth. Stay tuned for the next part of life lessons from the Upanishads. Until then, your friend, philosopher, and guide, Dr. Surendra.